Metro temps dipped to 20 below. EMSA responding to a number of cold exposure calls. With single-digit temps expected to drop throughout the night, EMSA tells our Cameron Joyner they're working around the clock to ensure community safety. Cameron?
Sylvia, good evening. This weather is definitely not something you want to be out in. That was EMSA's biggest recommendation, simply to stay indoors. They've responded to 9 cold exposure calls today, sending several people to the hospital. With that in mind, EMSA's got some tips that could be life-saving.
The weather is going to happen regardless of what you do.
Sub-zero wind chills blowing through the metro overnight.
That's why we're asking you to play it safe.
Adam Paluca with EMSA says your best bet is to stay indoors.
Your body is not built for these temperatures.
But if you have to venture out,
make sure you're dressed in layers, make sure that you're covering all your extremities, make sure that you're wearing shoes with good grip and traction.
Paluca says they're seeing the most calls from 3 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Anytime that there's darkness, that is going to really affect kind of the air temperature and really speed up some of those cold exposure symptoms.
But getting stuck outside unprepared is one of the most dangerous combinations.
If you trip and fall and you're not dressed, you don't have your phone with you, and then you end up spending, an hour outside waiting for help to arrive, that's not a good recipe for combating the colds.
EMSA also warns that hypothermia happens quicker and easier than you might think.
Folks aren't just having, some minor reactions to the cold weather. Folks are actually probably succumbing to the early stages of hypothermia.
Paluca says essential workers or anyone spending time outside in sub-zero wind chills should take extra caution.
Take breaks either indoors or inside a warm car, just so that you're better able to regulate that body temperature.
Now, EMSA says they are expecting another peak in those cold exposure calls overnight tonight. So again, stay indoors if at all possible. But again, if you have to venture out, layer up. In Oklahoma City, Cameron Joyner, Oklahoma's own News 9.